Hi, welcome to our first YouTube video. I have notes, so if I'm looking down, that's why. So
that little dog in the back, it's Chloe. Say hi, Chloe.
okay, so first I guess I'll just start off by saying that we decided to go ahead and start this so that we have like video diaries to look back on, because since the start our timeline's really fuzzy because we haven't really kept track of everything. So I'll go from the beginning. It's probably going to be really fuzzy, the timeline's probably going to be off, and then we'll go up to today, and then from appointments in the future we'll just keep up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll start in around November of 2018. I went to just a routine gynecologist appointment to get some like tests done for pain that I was having. They had really quickly diagnosed me with fibrosis, and then I went to my appointment a couple of weeks later for more test results, and then they said no, it wasn't fibrosis, that it was actually PCOS. And that appointment was just a big mess. They didn't really give me any reason as to why I had PCOS or anything like that, just based off of like imaging. So I did a lot of my own research, and I didn't feel comfortable with that diagnosis because I didn't have any of the symptoms that come along with PCOS. So I ended up doing some research and finding another doctor, and I found my current gynecologist who started testing right away. I found her in April of 2019. We had already been trying to conceive from October of 2018 to April of 2019 with no results, no success. So she immediately began testing. I went through tests for 6 months. She did every single test that she could think of and could not figure out what was going on. She immediately ruled out PCOS and fibrosis. She said that I did not have either of those. So then she recommended that we get Josh tested, which in October of 2019, we went and seen a urologist, and that's when Josh was diagnosed with CBAVD. It is an abbreviation for
the ABCs.
Congenital bilateral absence of the vas deferens. I probably did not pronounce a lot of that right, but I'm pretty sure that that's like close. Basically what that is a condition where a certain reproductive organ fails to form properly prior to birth. We haven't confirmed it yet, but we don't really know how he got this, but Josh was a preemie. He was only 1 pound when he was born.
3 months early.
So since it's prior to birth, that could be a factor, but
still don't know.
We don't know. So in this October, we consulted our first IVF clinic. That appointment didn't go so well, but we were so excited. We wanted to get the process started. We were eager to start. So we were kind of just going with it and figured that this was the clinic that we were going to go through. But our first appointment was in October. Like I said, we had our consultation. By December, my dog is like biting me. By December, we had kind of sat back and reflected on the appointment and realized that this wasn't the clinic for us. We started doing some more research, reading more reviews, and then we found the current clinic that we're going through. We were on a waiting list for about 3 months. We just had our... I don't know how to edit that out, but my dog is choking, so you're gonna hear that. Anyways, so February 6th, we had our consultation with the new IVF clinic, and as soon as we walked in, it was a completely different experience.
100% better.
We didn't have to like convince ourselves that this was the place. Before we even seen the doctor, I told Josh that I was already so much more comfortable there. Everybody was just so welcoming and explained things to us. They gave us a tour. Tired?
No.
So this is the clinic that we are going to be going with for sure. They have better pricing, better everything. The doctor was amazing. He talked us through everything. He drew out a diagram of what he was going to be doing for us. The entire process from beginning to end was 100% better than the previous clinic that we went to. So yeah, we got our calendar. We are supposed to be starting our cycle in March, and right now we're just trying to raise all of the money.
That's the bad dog.
So right now we're just trying to raise all of the money and get everything together and ready for next month, because we're supposed to be starting our cycle then. So I just wanted to kind of fill everybody in from like the beginning till now as best I could, because the timeline is really fuzzy. But from here on out, we'll regularly update, that way
And then we
everything's
can
in
leave a
order.
link to the GoFundMe so they can read our
Yeah.
story more.
Yeah, my mom created a GoFundMe, and there's a ton of detail in there. Like I said, the timeline is a little fuzzy, because in the beginning, whenever I first went to my doctor's appointment, I didn't know it was going to turn into infertility testing. In the beginning, it was strictly just a routine appointment, painful menstrual cycles going on. About 6 months later is when it kind of turned more into infertility testing. And at the time, we were just so shocked, and we didn't really know where we were headed, which direction we were going to go in. So we didn't think to document anything, which I really wish that we would have. But that's why we're starting now, so that we have something to look back on.
Yeah.
So that's it. Anything to add? No?
Covered it all.
All right. Well, I'll link everything down below. That way, if anybody wants to read further into our story, you have that option. But that is it.
It's a great story.
Bye.